Hello.
Welcome to Fashionology Today, your
To
weekly
Fashionology Today
fashion talk show.
on the Fashion Network.
We're going to meet
FORBES TV.
designers
Both
who are going to
designer
tell
and
their
CEO
stories
for Rosario George
and
and for
share
Tony
their
Vincenti,
products
the designer
during a
debut.
weekly
One of the
30-minute
important pieces
television
of
show
today is,
right
of
here
course,
on the
having you
Fashion
share
Network,
a little bit about your
FNTV.
story and do.
And today's guest, American fashion journalist and style icon, Mr. Joseph Deacetis. Today is May 30th, 2023, and you're watching Fashionology Today. Hello! It is May 30th, 2023. We are very excited to have our guest today, Mr. Joseph Deacetis. Now, it is a hard name to say, so I have been practicing. I think we should bring him in to make sure I'm saying it right. But he's an amazing guy, and I think all of you will love him. So let's bring him in and start the show. Hello,
Hey,
how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I've been
Excellent.
practicing. What did you think? Did I say your name right?
Kind of. It's Deacetis, but you could say anything from Deacetis to Deacetis but it's Deacetis. It's fine.
Oh, I think I added like an N, but
Yeah, that's fine. No worries.
yeah, you're a good sport. And really, everyone watching, he is not just a great sport at his name, but over the last couple of weeks, it's been really, really, Joseph, such an honor, really, to meet you and talk with you, have some off-air time with you. It's been really, really great. So
I
my
feel the
cheeks
same,
again
man.
are hurting from smiling so much. But we welcome you to today's show. And on today's show, topics are going to include, just who are you? Of course, I know who you are, and most of the men and women and other people that are watching today within the industry, they know who you are. We're going to talk about your career at Forbes Media, all the other things you're doing, a trend forecaster. You've been doing that for years, and of course your menswear brand POTRO. So let's start with really telling everybody a little bit about who you are. I'm going to let you talk, and I'm going to throw up a screen here in a second, but let everyone know.
Okay, great. My name's Joseph Deacetis, and I started my career from FIT, and from there I moved to Paris, and I had worked for a few magazines there. I came back. When I worked at the magazines, I was an assistant to an assistant to an assistant.
Of course.
And that was in the days of the magazines. And when I came back, I landed a job at Esquire magazine as an assistant fashion editor. And then I moved up to editor and then, of course, fashion director. And since then, my career has taken off. I've styled the pages and the covers of Esquire magazine, of Playboy magazine, of Forbes magazine, of People magazine.
I mean, hundreds of magazines.
Yeah, I've styled and I've been on staff at a handful of these magazines as well as creative style director, producing, art directing, and styling the photo shoots.
That's right.
That entails hiring photographers, styling the models or the talent, and many times writing the stories as well, the fashion stories.
How has things changed for you? And I don't mean just in the obvious that, digital media is taking over, but also in maybe just your approach to writing a story.
It's changed greatly, and I've rolled with the punches along the way. I don't even know if I'd say they're punches. They're more like evolutions. I've been in digital media for over 20 years. I jumped on board as soon as it came about, and it's grown tremendously. I don't have to tell you or the audience that it's the paper's just about gone, and everything's digital. And look at your great TV show that's digital, and it's changed, and the immediacy has changed. I think that would be the point that I would like to talk about, is the immediacy of the information. So, for example, long time ago, if I were to photograph a celebrity, say it was Justin Bieber, we would wait for the publication to come out, and so would the audience. And now it's so immediate that on the shoot, we have to take outtakes from that shoot and publish them.
Wow.
Yeah, because it goes that quickly. Well, if we don't do it, then someone on the shoot could be a hair and makeup artist or
Yes.
someone from Justin Bieber's team. They will put the artwork up or take, any images and put it up on their Instagram. So the publications, the online publishing platform has to do this quickly. So they'll give you a little taste and then the full story will come out soon thereafter.
And speaking of that, you're not, you don't prohibit said makeup artist or hairstylist from.
You can't in the beginning. It's a very good question, Annie. In the beginning, we tried to. The beginning of Forbes is where I saw the change happening, and we tried to, and we couldn't do it.
Yeah, I don't think you can. No one can control it. It's so quick.
You can't control the set.
Yeah.
You can't, especially for Forbes has the franchise, the 30 under 30, which the 30 most influential people under 30 years old are changing the world, for example. And when during that franchise on that photo shoot, there would be so many people.
Right.
There was no way to control it.
Yeah, absolutely. So you were, you were on the cusp of early on learning and really learning by, being like, just it is happening. This is what's happening.
Just not by being there. I was learning by that, but I also jumped into in the early 2000s. I jumped back into the university to ramp up my skill set in 2D animation, 3D Studio Max, and on online publishing. So yes, I was hands-on as the change was happening, but I also knew it was ripe for a revolution to start educating myself quickly. And now the only thing I could recommend to younger people is to keep educating yourself because it's changing rapidly.
Right before the show, we spoke a little bit about, where you are. And if you want to tell everyone that you're welcome to, but I won't tell so paparazzi, doesn't come crashing your room. But essentially, you are not in the US right now. And I thought it was really great that you were learning just an advanced class that you were just taking again, basically to help one of the languages you speak, and it was for a client basically, and that's learning. And
yes, I have a new client, Sartoria De Ducchi. It's an Italian client from the Abruzzo region of Italy, and that's where I am. I'm in Abruzzo in Italy right now. It's a little north of Rome, but it's on the Adriatic coast. Well, I'm not actually on the coast. I'm in the mountains right now. But the client's here, and it's one of I'd say the top tier menswear companies. They opened a store in Dubai and in Saudi Arabia recently. They have plans, and they recently just opened this week in London. And so I just wanted to ameliorate my Italian because of this client. And so I'm here. And plus I'll be here for Fashion Week, which is at the end of June or mid-June at the Pitti. It's Men's Week, so it's the Pitti Uomo in Florence, and then Men's Fashion Week in Milan and Paris.
I mean, if you could just send me maybe the Forbes jet, I'll come and join you, because that is a dream for me to attend. We're going to take a quick break with one of our advertisers. I believe it's Liberty Mutual, but when we come back, I would love you to tell our guests a lot about, speaking of menswear, about your new brand, POTRO, and what's going on with it, because you are definitely a man with a lot of chapters, and I think they're all amazing. So we'll dive into POTRO when we come back after this break. Stay with us, everybody.
So then I said to him, you ought to customize your car insurance with Liberty Mutual, so you only pay for what you need.
Dad, can we talk about something other than work? It's the weekend.
Yeah. Weekends. Weekends are a lot like insurance.
Yeah.
Yep. Hot dog or chicken? Hot dog.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
And welcome back, everyone. You're watching Fashionology today on the Fashion Network, FNTV. And we've got to me, the most amazing guest yet of my 3 seasons of doing this show, Mr. Joseph Deacetis. You're such a great guy, and POTRO, your menswear brand, is a baby for you. And I'd love, in a minute, we're going to show a video about the brand, but walk us through being a menswear, trend forecaster to jumping to designing your own brand.
Okay, so what happened was, as I was saying, when the world was evolving in technology, I had gone back to school. And I eventually became a professor at FIT, the Fashion Institute of Technology. During the evenings, I would do that after Forbes, at the time when I was at Forbes. And so I had submitted a project and for a new brand, and we had 3 topics to do. It was either the economy and the growing demographic in China. It was either eco-friendly and sustainability, and it was, or the third one was the rising Latino market in America. So since I had a team that was Latino, I decided to do the rising Latinx market in America. It was I was very interested in this market and in the culture and the contributions that the Latinx community has given to America. A lot of people are unaware that the first city in continental United States is St. Augustine. It was settled in, I believe it was 1513 or 1546, was a Spanish city. And since then, I mean, there's so much influence between all these nations, from Mexico to Cuba and Puerto Rico, which is American now, but still all this influence. And
especially
so
in
I came up with the brand, and we decided to call it POTRO, which means cult, a male cult specifically in Spanish. So a horse, a teenage horse, I would say, or a preteen horse. And we saw that there was a lack of, there was a need in the market to have a mid-tier luxury Latinx brand for men and for women. So I developed POTRO, and it's, we developed POTRO, it's a team, and it's produced in Latin American countries. So most of it now is being produced in Peru. It's an aspirational mid-tier luxury product. So it's what POTRO is not. It's not the Givenchy or Balenciaga, and nothing against those companies. I could only wish to be. Just incredible fashion, but
don't we all?
Is really what your everyday guy is wearing. It's polos. It's an activewear company, and it's polos and jeans and khakis, and it's got some style to it, though. It's got a little punch and a little flavor that sets it apart. And the marketing is marketed toward POTRO is for everyone, but it's marketed toward the Latinx community.
Right. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It is.
Thank you so much. And
it is. It's beautiful. And it speaks volumes to specific communities, but yet it's also a timeless classic menswear brand.
It is.
Which I think is that's a hard genre to mix the two, right? And you did that just beautifully. So
thanks. You hit it right on the money.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say you hit the nail right on the head, because that's what we do at POTRO. We produce this timeless classic brand, but when we hit hard. And we've had 2 fashion shows during New York Fashion Week, and we showed some fashion just to get the energy flowing for POTRO.
Which is, of course, brilliant and something only you can do. I'm gonna show a video of your amazing brand. We'll be right back.
POTRO.
Oh, yes, that was great. Beautiful,
Thank you
very
so
well done.
much. Thank you so much. And yeah, we love it. And our models are all Latino males and females, and we really think we have something to say in the marketplace. And we also, we also developed a song called POTRO, and yeah, we're very excited about this this endeavor.
Yeah, absolutely. It is exciting. You know, and for all our viewers watching, we are going to be giving away, we're going to give out a code for a 15 or 20% discount, and all the details will be given after the show on our page, as well as Instagram. And then for all the members of the Fashion Network, the deeper code will be sent to you on this Friday of our weekly Fashion Friday find. So you'll get that email this week. You know, something else that, you know, the brand and just you as a whole reminds me of trends and forecasting and being able to hit the nail on the head, and, you know, being able to wear something that's timeless but has a flair, which would, I think that describes me in a nutshell. And and I think what you've done at Forbes, you know, is of course amazing, but part of it was being a trend forecaster. So
yes, that's right. I'm a fashion editor, trend forecaster, and well, now, as I said, with technology, it happens so quickly to see these trends. But in menswear, we got to dial it back a little bit. We could show Bad Bunny and whatever we put him in, and it's great. He's a Latino star, celebrity on the cover of Time magazine and winning all these awards. But the fact is, Annie, that when you walk on the street and you look at men in all the cities, they're wearing clothing that's practical for men.
Right.
So we're not averse to, on trend, I would think the trends are more subtle as far as color trends, or dropping down the neckline a little bit to make it a little more sexy, eco-friendly, sustainable fabrics, having a mission statement that gives back
absolutely
to the charity or the foundation of choice, and POTRO has two of those. But the trends, forecast trending is what I've done my whole career.
Right.
So, but men do have to, especially American men. It's the culture is based on a little machismoism, and it never strays too far. We could show all we want,
right,
in America, and
what's going to sell is another question.
Is it going to sell is another question, because men know what they want, and we're trying to cater to all of that with POTRO.
That's a big shoe to fill, but you know, you're doing it really well, of course. We are going to go to one more commercial today, and it's FedEx, and we thank all our advertisers. When we do come back, I'd love to talk a little bit with you about the designer debut TV show and competition that you've so graciously become a judge for. So stay with us, everybody. Here's FedEx, and we'll be right back with Fashionology today on the Fashion Network.
There's a couple things I'd like to say to you. After all the crazy things that we've been through, I needed you in the dead of night, the wake of the day, first broken light, and blind I'd fall, I'd follow you. I never realized how much I needed you.
Comfort. What we deliver by delivering.
And welcome back to the Fashionology today. Joseph, you have graciously agreed to be one of the judges on the designer debut TV show and competition. We are just in like the third week of receiving entries. The designers that are entering are just fabulous and fantastic and unique. From all genres, menswear, women's. Some have a little bit more of a red carpet flair, while others are more of uniquely artistic, not so much really wearable. And it's just very exciting to see these happening. So, first of all, thank you very much.
It's my pleasure.
That's great. And as your screen says, registration is now open. You just go to thefntv.com and just follow the links and you can register. But the winner receives their own show in New York Fashion Week this September, among a ton of other things that we are going to pop up here. But the winner receives hotel and airfare. They're going to get a Times Square billboard, of course, the runway show, media coverage, red carpet events. I mean, just so much, including the hair and makeup team and 10 models. So beautiful. Any designer that is watching today, or an emerging designer, you want to be in this competition, because you're going to meet so many people, but this is the guy that could change your life forever. Are you excited to judge this?
I'm very excited. I'm especially excited because I love to see young talent, and young, I don't mean age specifically. I mean new talent.
Emerging talent.
Emerging talent, and that is young talent, because it's something coming out of the box. And being a professor at FIT for the last 5 years, with students of all ages and all walks of life and background, it's really interesting to see people, these ideas come to fruition, these creative ideas come to fruition, and really see the passion and the energy of these artists, and
why they're doing it is so different today than it has been in the past.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. There are, and the immediacy of getting this to the press is it's a very good prize.
It is. I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was going to design school, we didn't have anything like this. We won our school's fashion, runway show, but that's about it. So I think, this brings in a positive effect of the media in being a digital market these days. And
fashion shows I did my 2 fashion shows with Runway 7 during New York's Fashion Week, and I'll tell you, the fashion show gives you so much exposure during New York Fashion Week, and really a tremendous platform to show your style and to show your voice of the brand.
Exactly. And that's right. So, all the designers, emerging designers, or, even if you're someone that is just sketching at this point, all of us are actually going to be working with you, mentoring you, and helping you get it on stage. But it's not just winning the competition, like you said. It's the after effect, the media attention, the contacts you're going to make, the various buyers from different department stores that are going to be in the audience, and so on. That it's bar none.
And also for the companies that do not win, everything's a positive, because it takes you to the next level.
Yes.
Of that competition will take you to the next level of where you're bringing your brand to. That's
a great moment here, that basically, if you're deciding to do it, whether or not you're back and forth, it is only a positive experience, whether you win.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I totally agree. I'd love for you to tell us a little bit about some of the exciting times being a part of Forbes Media and working with celebrities. I know you mentioned Justin Bieber, but I have down Richard Branson. I mean, there were several that you've worked with. Just such an exciting life and time in the industry that you've been a part of. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Where do I see myself in 10 years? I see POTRO at the top of a brand that just keeps growing. I launched my own fashion digital magazine. It's called Style Lujo in Spanish, so luxury style. And I really want to grow into that. Editors like me today usually work as contributors and work for various publications. So I have a few publications that I'll be working on, but my main goal is POTRO and really to build this brand. And we're very passionate about it. I have a team that's passionate about it, and I'm passionate about it. And where I see myself in 10 years is having developed this into a household name brand and really growing with the consumer.
Yeah, absolutely. And, it's really exciting how you've been able to, not master, because I feel like with you and I, we both want to keep learning, but being able to be happy really with where we are in the industry and then continue to grow ourselves personally and through the industry. I'm thinking about how it's hard to learn how to manufacture, but yet here you are doing it. And it's just another example, for all the designers that are, considering whether they have what it takes to be a designer. There's so many variables within the industry.
Decades of being an entrepreneur, and if you talk to a lot of people these days, they want to be an entrepreneur. It's the time is right. The revolution's here to become an entrepreneur, and that entails finding great manufacturing and advertising and financial backing. The creativity is wonderful, but there's so many other creative parts that make up the company, and it's all creativity at the end of the day. But quickly, my tenure at Forbes, I've worked with everyone from Elon Musk to Justin Bieber. I photographed, shot and styled Katy Perry in Rome, Richard Branson. The list goes on and on. 21-year-old billionaire Palmer Luckey, who created Oculus Rift, and A$AP Rocky, and Wiz Khalifa, and you name it.
It's amazing. And yet, really, for everyone watching, the way you see Joseph is how he is, like off camera. I mean, you're just this like fun ball of energy that.
Oh, thank you so much, Annie. I feel the same.
No, I mean, it's so great. Thank you as well. Thank you. But it shows you love what you do and you love the industry. And really, that's what the Fashion Network was built for. We have built this network so that we can help and give back. I've had a long career in the industry as well. And although I'm not a household name like you are, I've done a lot of things in the industry that I'm very proud of. And it takes a lot of strength to have a door close and find another one that opens. And the Fashion Network is giving that to people. We're built with the 3 C's, the connect, collaborate, and create. And that's what we want to do. And even connecting with you has been just incredible. One of the most amazing.
This will be a franchise of yours, correct? You'll do this every year, every season
for Fashion Week.
Yes,
that is absolutely the goal. And one thing we haven't mentioned today, anyway, but it's not for lack of just forgetting right now, is the winner of the competition does get their own TV show. They will have their own show every week right here on the Fashion Network. And as we're growing, I'm excited to also let everyone know real quick that we have many shows coming on. The fitting room, I'm going to put up a logo here. I know that the graphics aren't great for everybody right now, but the fitting room, we've got Kim D with Real Housewives of New Jersey. Her show starts in August. I mean, there's so many. It's hard to remember them all. There's so many, but today's such a great day.
I think you're creating Fashion Network TV is creating a great platform for.
Thank you.
For entrepreneurs that can use this outlet to get their voice out there and their creativity. I think it's wonderful.
Well, thank you. That just means so much to me. We only have a couple seconds left, but I just wanted to say, it's been such an honor, and I look forward to working with you all summer and hopefully beyond. And a safe trip back from Italy to the States. And
Okay,
we look
thank you
forward
so
to seeing you again and again. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, and great luck to all your entrepreneurs. And I look forward to seeing their designs.
Absolutely, as a judge on the designer debut competition. Thank you, Joseph. Everyone that's watching, thank you again. This has been such a great show. I'm so excited to have been able to have time to interview Mr. Joseph Deacetis and bring him to you live on Fashionology Today that airs only on the Fashion Network. We hope you'll stay with us. We have a lot more shows coming up, and don't go anywhere. We'll talk to you guys soon for another week of Fashionology Today.